Welcome to another edition of Chaplain John with Chaplain John Sayers, featuring special reports and interviews with people doing kingdom ministry in Tulare County and beyond. And now, here's Chaplain John.
You want me to what? You want me to look in a little box that I'm sitting in front of? And look in the camera? What is a camera? Oh, right there. Okay. Introduce myself. My name is Simon, or Peter, the fisher of men, or the fisher of fish, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. And he wanted me to tell you about a place found in Mark. What's Mark? Oh, yeah. Maybe you mean John Mark when he shared about the story of Jesus? Yeah. And he wanted me to talk about a section in, what's a chapter? Chapter 8? He didn't write chapters and verses. He just told about Jesus. All right. Well, if you want to, I know the event he's talking about in chapter 8. It came about towards the end of Jesus's ministry. And Jesus is asking us, the disciples, now as one of the disciples, who do people say I am? What's the word getting out about me? And some of the disciples said, you're like Elijah, or you're like one of the prophets, or maybe you're like John the Baptist. Let me tell you something. Jesus was never like John the Baptist. And then Jesus looked at us and probably asked us the most important question we are ever going to get asked in our life. Most important question you'll ever get asked in your life. Because Jesus said, but who do you say I am? See, it really doesn't matter what the world says, what the leaders say, what chaplains say. But who do you say Jesus is? And he looked at me, and I looked at him. And I don't know what caused me to say this, but I said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus smiled. He said, that's right, Simon. But that wasn't given to you by any worldly wisdom. And it's on that statement of faith that I give you the keys in the kingdom. Keys in the kingdom. Heaven, wow. I got the right answer. Those other guys didn't, but I did. And then Jesus talked about how he's got to go to Jerusalem to die. Well, I wasn't going to have any of that. I mean, I got the right answer before, and I jumped in and said, no, Lord, we forbid it. Imagine that. Me forbidding Jesus, God. And he looked at me. And he says, get behind thee, Satan. How can one person get it right the first time and wrong the second time? It'd be like, how do you get an A one moment and an F the next moment? How can you? It's like when I was walking on the water and I was looking at Jesus, I could walk on the water. When I took my eyes off of Jesus, I would sink. How do you get it right one moment and totally wrong the next moment? Could it be that I took my focus off who I should focus on? By the way, I'd love to come and see you someday, tell you more of the story. But for now, let me ask you, most important question you can answer every day is, who do you say Jesus is?